Hey guys, King of Trials here, today your judge, your jury, and your analyst, and today I bring to you a 7-win streak and a sweet 5-0 with my top ABB team for the Little Cup. This is a very, very destructive cup. You're either playing this cup or you're going to play Open Great League. If you want practice for regionals, do Open Great League. If you want to meme for content and you possibly have these mons, or you really, really want to just play anything other than Open Great League, it is called the Little Cup. And we have my top ABB team. This features Bronzor, Double Water, as in we have Seel and Wooper. Both Seel and Wooper are fantastic save switches in the Little Cup meta. We're using Lick Seel and we're using a shiny Wooper. That's right, my Wooper is shiny. If you remember, whoop whoop, whoop whoop. And then all we're gonna do is just destroy your soul with bombs of mud and slams of body. I should start talking like Yoda more, that sounds cooler. But before we get started, this is my therapist mental health tip of the day. Since we are talking about little things or little Pokemon in general, you know, it's also little animals and pets. I used to volunteer at a vet clinic when I was still stationed in Cheyenne in the Air Force. I loved it. I loved it so much. If I didn't have to separate and come back to California, I likely would have stayed and volunteered on the weekends. Because I love animals, and you know, I still don't get used. When you volunteer with the vet clinic, you witness surgeries and you help out with the surgeries. Here's the problem though. You witness spays and neuters. And you know, when these things below me, or when I see them in dogs, oh man. We had the discussion with my clients today. I'm a therapist now. Oof. I still don't, I mean, you get used to it, but then like, it takes a while before you get used to it. I didn't get used to it for a little bit. Anyways, now, since we're talking about pets, the thing is, interacting with animals has been shown to decrease levels of cortisol, a stress-related hormone, and lower blood pressure. Other studies have also found that animals can reduce loneliness, increase feelings of social support, and boost your mood. So if you have pets, pets are amazing for your mental health. There's a reason why we have emotional support dogs and emotional support pets for those out there, as well as military veterans such as myself. I would easily qualify for an emotional support pet. The only thing is, I can't really take care of it. Like, it would be amazing, but I can't take care of it. But yes, they are very, very good. They also are doing studies. There's actually studies being out there done to help out with kids who have autism, attention deficit disorder, ADHD, and other conditions. So there's no real specific answer. However, if you're like, dogs and just pets in general are able to improve your mood and give you good mental health. I'll put this, this information is actually from the News in Health NIH, which is a government website. So I will go ahead and put that description below if you're a little interested. But yes, pets are amazing. Take care of y'all pets. And yes, these little pets that you have, these little creatures running around, will actually improve your mental health. That, or you have a cat. Nothing against cats. But if your cat is like, feed me, and it doesn't purr and make biscuits, then it may not be improving your mental health. That's just me being biased. You know what I mean? I like cats and dogs, but you know what? Some cats out there, dang. Take Garfield, for example. Anyways, that's past the point. This is my top and best ABB team for the Little Cup. It goes 7-0, and you'll see the seat 5-0 here. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, here are the battles. For the 7-0, I actually I feature the 6 straight wins. I would do the 7th one, but they actually got hard countered to oblivion, so the 6th one's actually a little better too. So for the first match, we got Bronzor into a Shadow freaking Sandshrew. I actually wanted one pretty bad, but I never got one, so I'm pretty salty that this trainer is flexing on me like this. But you know, that's okay, because on this day we get the dubs. Now, the thing about Sandshrew versus the Bronzor, unless you boost, this still isn't a comfortable matchup for the Alolan Sandshrew. You put a lot of pressure, and you can survive 2 Night Slashes if they don't boost here, and then you can choose to go down, you can choose to go to the zeros, basically. You can go down to 2 to 1s, or as you see what I'm doing here, is I don't actually have to eat any Night Slashes. If they boost, then you have to shield. If they don't boost, as you see now, they finally get the freaking boost. They go Super Saiyan 2, and unfortunately, we have a really pissed off Shadow Sandshrew about to kill us right now. We shield the second one. They're likely going to shield this, but I want to take them to the zeros and come out with shield advantage. All I'm going to do is switch out from this Bronzor that I have right now, and I'm going to attempt to lick down. There's no point in keeping Bronzor in, because what's going to happen is, even though it resists those boosted Powder Snows, I also can't farm you down without you getting a bunch of energy off of me. So as you see here, I'm going, and they boost again. You know, the actual disrespect, motherfudger. Really, dude? Really, bro? Like Super Saiyan 3 before you did, but I'm pretty happy you lost all that energy there. We have I'm going to shield once, as you see here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire Icy Wind. I'm going to fire Icy Wind to get the debuff here. Then I should just be able to lick down or get a little extra energy for Aqua Tail. Because of the fact that they're debuffed and Seel is a really, really thick Pokemon. Its booty is large. It's like the Little Mermaid, except, you know, you don't... It's actually, you know... Yeah. It's cute, okay? Disney, don't sue me. So we're going to do the play I mentioned before. All I'm going to do is lick you down. I put my hand up on your hip and you... Oh my god. Yeah, that song's really bad. That's not PG, you know what I mean? I gotta keep it WW. I gotta keep it PG era up in here, you know what I mean? This is a kid's game, but... You know, there's also something against that, because you know what the funny part of it is, even though this is technically a kid's game, we are literally having creatures beat the crap out of each other. This is what Pokemon is. You beat the crap out of Pokemon, and then you catch it. It has such a dark history, and we'll try to, like, pan it as PG. Then we get a Vulpix, but it's pretty much game over. I still have a whole freaking Wooper, and my opponent basically just top lefts. So, there's really no point. I basically win this match, and we just absolutely annihilate our opponent here. And that's GG's. It's pretty rough for our opponent because, like, even though they boosted, we got a bazillion energy in this scenario, and there's just really no way for them to come back. Not only that, our back row would destroy... Our Wooper in the back basically just destroys that Vulpix and that Skorupi they had. So, really bad for my opponent. Next, we get Bronzor into a Shadow Venonat, and my brain is like, why would you use Shadow Venonat? Because the fun fact, I resist confusion, you're weak to confusion. Which is absolutely hilarious, because it's a poison bug type, and it actually doesn't carry the psychic typing. No matter how many poison fangs you go through, I don't have to shield anything, because Bronzor resists everything Venonat has to follow. They send in a Vulpix, but then all I'm going to do is send in my Seel, and it probably should prompt them to quit top left pretty soon. We do some chip damage, I send in Seel, and we get a Slowpoke. And I'm like... That's a terrible idea. This is a I was like, wait, that's a triple wait, what? What? I was like so confused. I'm like, a Slowpoke? You know this is weak to lick, right? And my opponent is probably going to top left pretty soon because they do. Well, we technically rock, paper, scissors them, but this is just all bad. As you see, they throw their frustration out on me, and then they end up going down, and then they top left faster than you can say Sonic the Hedgehog, which I'm actually going to see, by the way, soon, so I'm actually really excited. For those of you that haven't seen the movie, don't spoil it for me. I heard it was really good, but I can't wait to watch it, because during the spring break for the kids, I'm definitely going to watch some Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to get a pizza, and some freaking cinnamon pretzel, and then I'm going to go, oh man, it's going to be so amazing. For our third match, we get Cottonee into Bronzor. We win this pretty dang hard. Our opponent switches into this... What is it? Wish... No, that's not Wish. That's Barboach. Yeah, Barboach. The last time I saw Barboach was in Legends Arceus. So that's the last time I saw Barboach. That's when I was playing Legend Arceus. I kind of misplay here because I switch really, really late. The issue is Mudshot gets energy so freaking quickly. Mud Bombs go off like no tomorrow. I'm going to fire off these Aqua Tails. They're either going to let Barboach go or they're going to try to pressure me because they have such an energy lead. Again, I kind of jacked up here. This is really dangerous. So as you see, our opponent grabs a shield. So we're going to try to either one lick down, and there's nothing I can make a reference from lick that doesn't sound insanely dirty and does not belong in this video. A lot of you in the comments are probably like, King of Charman, you see you are a sick person. Well, you know, I did serve 7 years in the military. I am a therapist, so I've heard some pretty sick things in my entire life, and I've witnessed and experienced some very sick things in my life. Yeah. It's a pretty dark history. Anyways, besides my past, as you see here, we're going to go past this opponent by Aqua Tailing and holy crap, this Barboach. We're down shields, they have shield advantage, but I would rather keep the alignment here. Cottonee, as you see, is attempting to charm us down, but we should be able to get to an Icy Wind before then. This is going to take a shield. We still got our whole Bronzor, and then for the most part, we should be able to, like, we still got a huge advantage here. We got a whole Bronzor for this Cottonee. I have energy lead. No matter what move they throw here, won't do heavy damage against Bronzor because it's so freaking bulky. As CC Bomb goes off, and that doesn't even do like, that does like 5% of my damage. We get Bronzor in, and then this is game. All I'm going to do is fire off this payback, send in Wooper, and all I got to do is Mud Bomb down. Mud down, Carpet Bomb down, Elephant Stampede. There we go, we're going to send in Wooper, and yes, that is a shiny Wooper. My shiny Wooper is amazing, I know, right? I caught this during that time when... It was that, what was it, like Wooper Community Day or something? Was it Wooper Community? No, it was like the event where Wooper was spawning, shiny Wooper was spawning. And I actually catched a bazillion of them just so I could evolve or get a level 50 Quagsire. So all we're gonna do is Mud Bomb to Oblivion my shiny, beautiful, you know what? I love pink. Confession, I love the color pink. And it's a beautiful shiny. Look at that shiny pink metallic Wooper just body slamming and destroying everything to, well, actually, technically, you're mud bombing. Now, all I'm going to do is I should be able to get to a heavy slam in this scenario. This was way quicker than it looks. Even if my opponent does get a move off, this is likely a seed bomb. Even if it was a grass knot doesn't kill at this range. So, they're going to fire a seed bomb. I have heavy slam. All I got to do is fire this move, and that's GG's. That's if the freaking system lets me fire my move. So I was like, are you serious? Like, the emotions start flowing. I was like, oh, hell nah. As you saw there, they didn't let me, it really did. The system didn't want me to fire my charge move. And I was like, wait, what? Why? Why, dude? Y'all have 3 months to fix Go Battle League or Pokemon Go PvP. And we're like, what? 2 months in and y'all still haven't fixed anything? Niantic is one of the biggest fails of all time, as if we didn't know that already. We got Dratini onto Bronzor. We win this lead pretty hard, right? And then I get a Squirrel. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into Wooper. I kind of froze for a sec, not going to lie. I was like, should I switch out? And I'm like, I don't technically have to. It's actually, I kind of should have stayed in because Confusions do super effective damage. Mud Bombs here work though. We could pressure our opponent, and then all we're gonna do is the idea I had is that Dratini does have a bad matchup against Bronzor, a terrible matchup because it doesn't have crunch like Deino does to be able to threaten Bronzor. We're gonna shoot this body slam off. They're probably gonna shield this, and they don't. And my brain is like, why aren't you shielding, sir? Do you choose death? There is something. You can choose life, you can choose death, and then you can choose violence. On this day, I chose violence. So, with violence comes massive amounts of damage. We're gonna send in Bronzor, and they have a Ralt, and I'm like, wait, what? So the thing about fairies are weak to steel, which means this heavy slam is gonna do big damage if they don't shield, and they do end up shielding. Fun fact, I also have a Seel, so then Seel does super effective damage with Lick, because Ralts is a fairy psychic Pokemon. So, because of that, guess what? We resist everything. Psychic and fairy is resisted by steel types. So we're just going to eat this disarming voice and just gonna laugh at this Ralts. This should break the second shield. I can send in Seel, lick down, and create the most non-PG-13 scene anyone has seen. That sounds really wrong. Oh my god, I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Y'all cannot subscribe if you want to. Like, it's such a dirty move, and there's so many... You know, yeah, it's a very dirty move. And in this scenario, all we're gonna do is just absolutely lick down. We're going to make sure you are... Well, actually, I show Mercy, and then I fire the Power of the North. I was actually just going to lick down in the scenario, but then, you know, I was like, you know, let me just Icy Wind. When Icy One goes through, the Power of the North goes like the Game of Thrones episode season 2, I believe. That's when you saw Winterfell. And then we're going to destroy Winterfell like our opponent's Elo. And that's GG's. Oh wait, we don't have Elo this season. So, 4-0, right? And here, for the big 5-0, what do we get? We get Team McKinney, and we get Bronzor into Deino. This is terrible. The reason why is because Deino actually beats Bronzor in the 2-shield. So I'm going to have to switch out at one point here, or I'm going to have to be a little fancy. In this scenario, what I'm going to do here is that I'm actually going to I'm going to get to a heavy slam, bring it to the ones. So I should be able to shield this. It's a crunch. The reason why is crunch is going to debuff me, as you see here. And then I'm going to fire our heavy slam. Heavy slam is going to do big damage, so I expect our opponent to not shield here. Or they're going to shield. So either one, and then we send in Wooper. Again, our back row is double save switch, and we get a Vulpix. I fire on the wrong interval, and because of that, they're able to get an extra powder snow through, but body slams will do heavy damage. I have an energy lead, slight energy lead, not too big of a one, but you know, it's okay. We're gonna get Weather Ball to death here. They're gonna ball out on me. This is a Alolan Vulpix, and it is in the little cup, and it is ready to kill me and my Elo. However, because you see here, Wooper is going to be able to get the body slam really quick, so we should be able to send a ton of body slams on our opponent. All we're going to do is go full AEW/WW and GPW. Those of you that like the indie scene, I do watch PWG and ROH. I am part of that. I know I had someone in the comments tell me they take pictures during indie wrestling, and I think that's some of the coolest things in the world. I love independent wrestling scene. That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And then we have this is pretty much game. We got a shield. We got a whole Bronzor in the back still. And then I should be able to just Icy Wind down here. Or hell, I could even Aqua Tail. And if I want a little bit of extra charm, I can Aqua Tail. Yeah, that's the play I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire off Aqua Tail. It's not going to kill this Deino. And then I should be able to just get a little more energy lick. Our opponent's just going to swap out. So this one goes through. We're going to fire Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail goes off again, and this shouldn't kill this Deino, and it actually does. And I'm like, oh no! And now it points back for reveal. Behold, enter the big freaking long. God, I have to stop. You know, when you serve 7 years in the military, especially with special operations, like I was attached to special operations, which was 2 years as their supply officer. I was a non-commissioned officer in charge of the pararescue. So, yeah, man. Anyways, as you see here, we should be able to just be able to confusion down. Another Sand Tomb shouldn't kill. Our opponent knows that, and they're likely going to top left, or as you see, they just give up, and that's GG's. This is a sweet 5-0. That was a lot sweatier than it looked, but the reason why I got such a comfortable win con there is because I had a stronger back row than my opponent's back row. Because Wooper and Seel can deal with my opponent's back row. As you see, we got the sweet 5-0, and then I actually go 7-0 here, but I'm going to show you the 6-0 because the 7-0 is, like I said, I just RPS the crap out of my opponent. This is Seel on Bronzor action, and this is terrible for us. We lose this lead, we swap, and I'm like, wait, what the heck? Why would you auto-swap in a Vulpix? So now this is actually not that bad for our opponent. They're gonna get to these Body Slams. Body Slam Shadow Vulpix style does very, very big damage. You know what I mean? It's like Naruto. Naruto, if they have a ninjutsu, little freaking Shadow Fox Body Slam freaking destroys your freaking HP, and there you go. Our opponent does shield, and my concern here is that Aqua Tail does get kind of outpaced by this Shadow Vulpix unless I have an energy lead. Body Slam's gonna go off, and all we're gonna do is to see the next rendition of Jeff Hardy Swanton bombing anybody in Oblivion. Yes, that's a wrestling reference. Jeff Hardy's amazing, by the way. I love Jeff Hardy. We're gonna fire off this Aqua Tail, and we're gonna take out this Vulpix. We win back Switch, but now I figure out why, because our opponent actually has a Ice Shard Seel. That's why they swapped out of Bronzor. I'm still gonna swap. I'm still glad I swapped out though, because now we know that now we know the reason. Now we know we got something good. We got Seel onto Bronzor. I'm going to send in Bronzor just to sponge all the damage, and we happen to get a new Mel. And this is GG's. Fire types are insanely weak to our Wooper here, and all we're going to do is Whoopi Goldberg yourself into the next Titanic episode. Well, Titanic never had a second movie, but you know what? We don't want another Titanic going on, so please excuse my very, very dark references. Yeah, that was really dark. Holy crap, yeah. You know what I mean? Titanic was a beautiful movie, by the way. That was a great... I watched it in theaters for when I was a kid, and it was a beautiful movie. Speaking of beautiful, this is the 6-0. We 7-0. I hope y'all enjoyed the battles featuring my best ABB team for the Little Cup. And that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed the battle. Again, this is my top ABB team, my most powerful ABB team for the freaking Little Cup. And if you lose the lead with Bronzor, you just say switch in a Seel, and then Wooper in the back goes to town. This team has a lot of energy. Our Wooper does a lot of work because its ability to just body slam it or mud bomb its way to victory, and it does a whole lot of work against the Little Cup meta. As you see here, we did a sweet 7-0 for me. I gave you the 6-0 because the 7-0 I just literally RPS the crap out of my opponent, and they were, yeah, it was pretty bad. Bad enough to where, like, the battle was so short that it was better for me to feature the 6th battle rather than the 7th one. So, I hope you enjoyed this my best ABB team where I got a 7-win streak with such sweet 5-0. Do me a huge favor, please like and subscribe. It's totally free, and also comment for the YouTube algorithm. You can subscribe by using that box at the bottom right over there. I really appreciate my current subscribers. And again, I also stream on Twitch on Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. is when I'll usually stream. I try to stay as consistent as possible, unless I have work. I have to do therapy for my school kids. So sometimes what happens is on Friday, I have to move them to Tuesday. So I have to see my kids on Tuesday because they don't have school on Friday. That's how school works, you know, for school district. If you're a school therapist, it's kind of merciless because you got to make some adjustments. And I do want to make sure that my kiddos are okay. So I take my job very seriously. You don't need more content creators, you need more school therapists. Actually, you just need more therapists and mental health professionals in general because our career field is desperately short-manned. And yeah, but again, I will stream. I stream consistently as much as I can on Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, 6:30, 7:30 PST is when I'm on. If you have any questions, I'll gladly answer them for free on my stream, and I hope to see you there. Or if you just want to know more about the King Charmers, I'll answer that as well. So I hope you enjoyed my 7-0 win streak with my best ABB team for the Little Cup. Good luck on your Go Bally Tits, and I will see y'all on the next video.
inside of me.